Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. We're gonna jump right into the video, and today we are working with a company called Hairspells, and they have some bomb colored bob wigs. So the packaging, of course, is the satin bag, which you guys all know I appreciate by now. In the bag comes the wig, and you get like, you know, your typical eyelashes, and you get the media card with the QR code as well. So it just has all of their social media there. You just take a picture and it takes you right to the social media, and you get a cute little coupon code right there on the top as well. And inside of that is this gray bob wig, and so far I have not unboxed it. I'm unboxing it now in front of you guys. It has the typical covers, so it has the netting, and it had like the little cover on the inside. Let's just take a look at the wig. Let's take a look at some of the specs. So this looks to be, to me, around 12 inches. It has light colored lace, so I'm gonna probably have to do some lace tinting there. The hair is already bleached silver, so there are a few more like yellow pieces. You guys can see this is kind of pulling a little yellow, and then you have more silver tones, but I think all in all they did a really good job toning the hair. I do believe that the hairline is not pre-plucked. Actually no, the hairline does look to be pre-plucked, so we do have a pre-plucked hairline, which is awesome. I'm probably gonna go in and do a little bit more, but for right now I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna put it on my wig head. I am gonna end up taking out the combs. You guys know I don't really like combs in my wig, but we have lace in the back as well. I'm gonna just put this right on my wig head so that we can see the shape of her and figure out what we're gonna do as far as styling goes. What I am inspired to do is the Cardi B look, where she's wearing like the lavender jacket with the faux fur, and then she has like highlights of like pink and blue and purple. I actually have a lot of dye left over from my previous videos, and I'm just going to probably do a highlighted patch right here on the side as soon as I figure out which side I want my part on, and then I'll probably have it on this side, honestly. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But as soon as I figure out which side I want my part on, then we're gonna go in and do the coloring. What I like to do is when I'm sectioning off a part to dye and the hair is light like this and I don't want it to get messed up, I always saran wrap the rest of the hair. That way while I'm dyeing it and like it's falling down, I don't have to worry about it dyeing different parts of the hair. I can kind of be as messy as I want and get through this as quickly as possible. So I decided to put my part on the left side, and what I'm going to do is take a huge chunk of hair. Now I'm going to leave about, let's see, this much, maybe a little bit less than that. Let's say I'm gonna divide maybe a third of it, might be more like a fourth, and section that off. Now all of this, which is basically the middle of my head, is what I'm gonna highlight. Now the good thing about this is that technically this is the middle part, so me highlighting the middle means that I can wear a middle part and then the color will be on each side, but also highlighting it to one side and then having this over top of it will be kind of like a little peekaboo. It's kind of hard to tell you what I'm thinking, but you'll understand what I'm thinking once I'm doing it. So okay, so for leftover dyes, I have the Pink Mania, which you guys know from my Pink Cupid wig. I have both Purple Rage and Violet Gem. You guys saw this when I did kind of like my purple wig when I just dip dyed that. So I still have these left over, and I've also been using this one up for different things. I have lavender, which I really don't remember what I used this for. I think I might have used it for my cotton candy tutorial, but it's kind of just been sitting here waiting to be used up. And I have baby blue, which I also think I used for my cotton candy tutorial, and I haven't been able to use up. So by no means am I telling you guys to go out and get all these colors. I just think this is a really cool way to use up color. Don't throw away half bottles of dye. It doesn't make any sense. Always keep your bottles of dye. You can do some really cool color combinations if you choose to later on down the line. What I want to do is, I think right here on the bottom, this one right here, this first piece will actually be a color that I did not show you guys, which is the indigo blue. I do have a lot of this left over. I keep indigo blue and I keep blue black because I like to mix them and go ahead and darken my bundle sometimes. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is do an indigo blue and maybe into a light blue. Next up, I want to do a little bit of a more brighter color. Let's go into the pink. And I'm not sure if I want to do a whole section pink or if I want to do like a half and half type of deal. Here is a mixture of the baby blue and lavender colors. So I'm gonna do it kind of like when I did my green wig, and I kind of went in through to do like some highlights. So this one I'm gonna do lavender. I'm going to do the same staggered method on this chunk here, but on this one I think I will use, I'm going to go ahead and pastelize the pink. And maybe do pink and baby blue. Instead of doing the baby blue, I think I'll do the violet gem, which I haven't done yet. It's more of a warm purple. And I think for this very last layer, I'm just going to do the indigo. I'm going to do a little bit of the indigo, a little bit of the baby blue, and a little bit of the lavender. And I think that'll be good enough. Okay, folks, so we're all set. I'm going to let this sit overnight, and then I'm going to rinse it out in the morning, and we will see the different variations and how vibrant the color is once I blow dry it. Alright, you guys, so here is the finished coloring. It's blow dried, and as you can see, it's a lot of different pinks and blues and purples and things like that. Now, I will have like a small amount of silver over top of it just to peek through. But for the most part, what I plan on doing is adding, I might not even have to add any layers actually. I think what I'm just gonna do is straighten it and just give it a small curl, and we'll see how she looks once she's styled. Alright guys, so we have come to the part of the video where I tell you my thoughts on the hair and on the company and on my experience with the tutorial. So, I don't know why in my viewfinder I look super duper freaking shiny. I swear I'm not greasy. Like, I swear I just put my makeup on. I'm not greasy. It's more luminous and shiny. Promise you, I'm not greasy. But I do look shiny in the camera lens, so We'll see when I'm editing this how bad that is. Look at that forehead, shorty. Oh, she's shining. It might be this light over here. I should probably turn that down. So let's get started on just the look of the wig. So here's basically how the color came out. I have some hairspray in there, so it's a little, that part is a little stiff. But here is the color. After I cut it, which I really like this. Oh shit! After I cut it, I basically just took my 1-inch curly iron and I went ahead and bumped this under and then flipped this back to give you a kind of 007. Giving you a little bit of. I was actually watching 007 when I was curling his hair, but so that's where that inspiration came from. But it's just giving me like, I don't know. It's very 70s spy vibes, and then it has like a little psychedelic portion here. Now, I think what I will do is actually probably go in and completely color this part. I razored it so that it would be white going into the color, but I think the white might take away from the impact of how many colors are actually up and throughout this bad boy. I do like that when I push the hair back, you can kind of see more of those colors. So you see more of those purples and pinks and how cute that is. And then when it's like pushed forward, it's more of just like a blue and purple, and you can't really see all the different lavenders and pinks. I just think it's really cool to kind of have those colors up and throughout there, all secret-like. So I didn't do much to this wig. The wig was already pre-constructed for the most part. It was already cut. You guys see me cut off like 1 inch. Just went ahead and cut it around as a full bob. And then I went ahead and I did layer the colored portion just a little bit, but not too much. Really what I did was just take that white part and kind of like took a razor. I just took that white portion, took a razor so that you can see the color in it a little bit more. So that's basically all I did. I didn't do much to this wig at all. This was a really quick tutorial. I just had to kind of spruce it up and put that Brianna LaRue flair on there. Y'all know I could have came on here with an all white wig. It would have been no problem. Actually, what's funny is I thought the wig would be more gray, but it actually has turned out to be like a platinum blonde. Like it's legit a platinum blonde. In some lights it's giving me kind of like a pinkish hue, which is weird because I thought it did pull pink. I thought maybe I got, like when I was rinsing out the dye, I might have gotten some pink in there, but I didn't, and it just looks really good. Of course, as per usual, when you're wearing really light color hair and you are a black woman, you're gonna end up getting some makeup on the hair throughout the day. It doesn't bother me. I am used to these things and I am okay with being clocked or something like that. It's not a big deal for me. We have got to stop worrying about every little tiny thing. When you're looking good, you gotta stop worrying about every little tiny thing. So I'm okay with having a little bit of makeup like here in the hairline and here, over here. I'm okay with it. I don't care. If you guys don't like it, I'm so sorry. I finally redid my nails. I haven't had my nails done in like 2 months. I haven't had my nails done since January, so yeah, I'll go on 2 months. I finally redid my nails, so I finally sat down and had time to do my fucking nails. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the hair, and I'm always rambling. Let's talk about the company Hairspells. This is my first time working with Hairspells. I really like the color of their packaging, and I know my little sister really likes the color of their packaging. So it's our favorite color is purple. But it comes in your typical satin bag. They have an array of freaking colors. They have like hot pinks and greens, and I believe they have like a blue wig. And let me tell you, at first when you're looking at the pictures on the site, I thought the wigs were synthetic. I personally thought, I read into them and realized that they weren't. When at first look, they look like kind of like a synthetic wig you would find on Amazon, but then it is genuine hair, like it's human hair. Now the wig, I wore black. I specifically wore black so you guys could see that the wig does have some shedding, but not a lot. I've had worse 613 hair, trust me, but the wig does have some shedding. But do keep in mind that I did cut this mug as well, so all of the shedding that you'll see me have. So here's one piece, and you saw me do this a couple times. And how many do we don't have any. Okay, so it is a tiny teeny bit of shedding, so I'm not completely against that. With it being such a processed color. Like the color is damn near white. I expected a ton more shedding. You guys know I've worked with hair that has a ton of freaking shedding, and I'll always tell you, but this is not too bad. I actually really like this wig. I had no problems with the lace fitting. It fit past ear to ear. The wig fits so nicely. I did take the combs out and put an elastic band in, but it fits so freaking flat. Like it's not like previous wigs. Like you guys, if you've been following me for a long time, you know that sometimes I have a smaller head, so the standard wig cap size, it'll leave a lot of extra wig. This doesn't. I don't have a lot of, see, I don't have a lot of wig like just hanging, if that makes sense. There is lace in the back if you want to go ahead and, I don't know who would, but if you want to go ahead and glue that down and wear a bob wig up, I don't know, but there is lace in the back if you're feeling froggy and you want to try to put a bob wig and ponytail, you got that option, sis. But other than that, it takes curls well. This is actually, okay, what was it when I was cutting the hair? I think it was Thursday. This is Saturday evening. It's Saturday at 5 right now. I went to we went out for lunch. We went to go to the Reginald F. Lewis Museum. We've been walking around in cold ass, windy ass downtown Baltimore. So, and she held up. Like the curls are still popping. She's still popping. And it's just 2 days later from when I originally curled the hair. So her little flip is still here. She not, I mean, she ain't poof like she was. She was like whoosh at first, you know. She's not like that no more, but all you need is a little bit of hairspray to pin her back, pin her up, and then you're gonna be good to go. Other than that, you guys can tell that the color took very freaking well. I always use Adore or Kiss dyes. I typically prefer Adore, you guys know that, so that's what I use. If you want to get this wig, I actually really recommend this wig if you want to do some crazy kooky color combinations, because getting 613 hair, you'll still have to tone it unless you want that yellow. But however, most of the work was done for me. This video is so freaking short because there was really no work I had to do, besides I wanted the hair to be above my shoulders. I wanted it to be right, like hit, you know, I wanted it to be a short bob, and so I took it upon myself to cut it. But you don't have to do that. You could basically wear it out of pack. Now, cons. I do have, how many cons do I have? I don't have a lot of them, but I do have some cons. One, the lace is too light in my opinion. It's like a yellow, it's one of those yellow beige lace, and I think at this point there should be a darker tint of lace. But again, there are light-skinned people who like to wear lace front, so I can't knock that. It's always easy for me to tint my lace. It's fine, I can tint it, it's no big deal. But I do prefer to have a darker lace. The lace isn't hard, but I think this has those typical 613 knots that have, you know, y'all know how much I hate a 613 notched frontal. I don't know what they put on the freaking knots, but it feels like thread. I don't know what it is, but the knots are too big. So the thing about this hair is you can't tint the lace with you gotta be careful. When you tint the lace, you have to be careful, or else you're going to color the hair. The hair is too bright for usual tinting methods, so you do have to use foundation and go in very carefully. Make sure you're not coloring the actual wig. So that's why you see the foundation you see coming up here is from me trying to tint lace, and I feel like that could have been avoided had the lace just been a darker color and the knots not been as hard to conceal. But all in all, that's no different than any other company. So I think as they evolve, this company will evolve, it will offer more options for lace. But for right now, it's just, the lace is a lower grade in my opinion. So if you don't mind that, like if you coming from hair store lace, you don't got no room to talk, so that's you. But if you are used to like a Swiss lace or something like that, then you're going to have a hard time adjusting to this lace. Now, actually laying it down was no problem. Actually, like keeping my ear tabs down, they're still down. It's throughout the day. That's no problem. But again, the only cons I had is that the knots were a little difficult to conceal. So you have to use foundation because you can't dip or dye this netting, or you're going to end up dyeing the actual hair. When you do use foundation, excuse me, I have one piece of like hair just sitting there. When you do use foundation, you have to be okay with basically making mistakes and getting foundation in the hair. If you are not okay with that, you're probably not okay with white hair anyway. If you're not okay with foundation getting in your hair, if you wear makeup, it's gonna get in your hair when you wear your lighter colors. It's something that's gonna happen as the hair rubs against your face and as you're applying your wig. Whether you apply the wig before you do your makeup or after, you're going to get makeup in your hairline. It's just what it is, sis. So those are my only complaints about this hair. Other than that, and the minimum shedding, I don't really have a lot of complaints. I do really like the look of this bob wig. Oh, one more complaint. I wish that the parting was a little bit more. Like, basically this is as far back as it goes, but it also doesn't go, like, it comes like this. I can't really show you guys because this is so hairspray down, but let me see if I can go on this side. There's a lot of, you see how you're already seeing tracks here, so you can't do a deeper part than what I do. This part is as deep as you're going to get it. So if you don't want to do a middle part and you want to do like a deep side part, again, this wig does not offer that versatility because the frontal, basically on the sides, this is all the parting that you're going to get, and then it gets bigger as you get to the top. So I do have that. That's a grievance. I did wish that I could make a deeper side part, but it worked out in the end. I think this part is good enough. It's not my usual deep side, but it does still look really good parted, kind of like off center. So that's just about it, kitties. If you have any questions about Hairspells, please leave them alone. Please leave them below, and I will try my best to get back to you with all the answers. I'll leave the link to this hair in the description so you guys can check out all of the colors that they have in their bobs to offer. I actually really like the pink and the green one. The green one I was gonna go with at first, but then I had the idea to do this, so I went ahead. The white, silver, gray one is way more versatile, and as you can see, it's more of a white than it is a gray anyway, so I thought that was really cool. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, or if you have ordered from Hairspells and you have one of their wigs and you want to give your opinion, please do so below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video coming soon.